speaking of catching and taming wild animals, I have kind of dove head first, shall I say, into a new venture this week.
Oh, yeah.
Well, and over the past few weeks as well, I would say, in that I've downloaded to Steam ARK Survival Evolved.
How did you manage? Like, I mean, I what I did, I've got it on the Game Pass rather than Steam, so I think we're a bit separated there, unfortunately.
Mm.
But how much download space did it take
I
for
have
you?
no idea, but essentially, I initially because basically the guys in the band Novena,
Hmm.
who I've gone who I've kind of become quite well acquainted with over the past few months, and they're on Twitch as well. Shout out to them, Novena Band UK. Give them a follow
Hmm.
because they're hilarious guys and really really cool, really nice and genuine fellas. They've set up a private ARK server called the Novena ARK,
Ah, nice.
and Harrison, who's the mastermind behind Novena, uh, shall we say, he writes all the music. He plays piano for them. He plays guitar for them. Writes all the lyrics. Yada yada. He's a genius, quite frankly. He's very fond of the game, and he's played it a few times over the years. But he decided to just set up this private Novena server, and he was like, "Does anyone want to join?" I'm like, "Yeah, I'll give it a go." And I noticed on Steam it was reduced from 40.99 to about 8.99.
Mm,
So I was like, "That is a proper good deal. I'm going to get on this."
yeah.
So I downloaded the thing on Steam on my MacBook, ran the thing, and just endless problems with trying to run it on this crappy little MacBook. Unsurprisingly,
Yeah, it is a
even
very
though,
difficult game to
even
run.
though, even though the gig that I had required was enough, it was still persistently crashing, and it- I was moving at about 2 frames per second. It was it was a nightmare, really. So I transferred it over to my home PC, and it works like a charm now. But
Nice.
essentially, if you don't know what ARK Survival Evolved is, it's essentially Minecraft but with dinosaurs.
Yeah,
I think it's the
Minecraft or
best way to put
Rust,
it.
I'd say, because Rust
And
is,
Rust.
yeah,
I mean, Rust seems to be the big huge thing that everyone on Twitch is doing now at the moment.
yeah.
I don't
So
know if you've played it yet.
I haven't played Rust. I've seen griefers in the game, um, like knock on someone's door to say, "Oh yeah, I'm safe. I haven't got weapons or anything, but there's people chasing me. Can I get in?" And they're like, "Yeah, okay." Pulls a rifle out and shoots everyone in the house. And as like Rust is a game where once you die, you start all over again. So it is absolutely tragic when you do get killed. Um, but yeah, Ark is like I've gotten the Game Pass so from the Xbox app. So I've been using that to download quite a few games. I've currently at the moment I've got Ark, and I've got Outer Worlds, which looks great so far. Hello Neighbor, which I can't wait to stream because it is a very original game, I'd say. Scary in its own right, and because I did say I was going to do more horror games because Alien Isolation I think has been one of my more popular games that I've streamed as of late. People always come in and see if I'm gonna get scared by something, which is great. So it'll be good to do some more of that.
Mm.
And I think there was a last game, but I can't exactly remember. But we'll get back in. I'll get back into it later if I can
Yeah,
remember.
sure.
But yeah, just exploring more lines of technology. Not doing more lines of coke, so it's a good mix.
That's great to hear. But yeah, Ark is just one of these things that's like we've been doing it over VC on the Novena Discord as well, and Harrison's been super helpful with helping me out with these um with moving on because it's not a game unlike Rust where you kind of you respawn and then you basically start from level one again, and you can go back to the beginning and then relearn everything, no problem. With Arc, it's kind of an ongoing server,
Yeah,
so like everything in the server kind of you know evolves around you, sort of thing. No matter how many times you die, even when you're logged off, things are still on the move, sort of
yeah,
thing.
yeah. Of course.
So
No,
before,
yeah.
it's one of those games that you kind of have to adapt quickly to.
Mm,
But luckily, I've in fact, just before I came on, I was on it, and I've built myself a little hut down by the beach, but it requires lots of elements. You have to harvest stone and fiber and thatch, and things like that to make a house.
Yeah.
You have to make preserving bins for the meat, and then the meat can be spoiled if you don't eat it quickly or cook it. And it's all systems go really when you're in that game.
Yeah, the one game I'm looking forward to is Monster Hunter Rise that's coming out on the Switch. I recently got Monster Hunter World, so like I'm one of the newbies to that game and to the Monster Hunter series in general. I did play like the ones on the PSP, but the controls are much better on the PC than back at those times.
Yeah.
So that's another thing. I downloaded Pummel Party as well, so I'm gonna try and get into the hang of dealing with that game because
Pummel Party.
Yeah, so it's basically like you're on a board game, and on that board game, it's kind of like a very fiendish version of Mario Party. It kind of looks like, because you're on a board and you go into mini games, and I think the aim, from what I see, is that you've got to collect keys or something, and the one with the highest keys wins. I'm not too sure, and you can either form alliances with some people, or break alliances with people. So I'm not too sure. I'll have to look at more streams and stuff to see how people play it. So that'll be another thing to delve into.
And nice one. All right. I also I ended up taming a massive Diplodocus the other day, which is like one of those huge Brontosaurus type dinosaurs. But it's super tough because you basically have to feed it berries, then wait till it's hungry, try not to get trampled, then feed it berries, and then wait till it's hungry and try not to get trampled. And it went on for about an hour.
Create.
Trying to tame this thing.
I tell you what I'd love to get back into as well is Red Dead Redemption 2 online, because I always see adverts for like new stuff that's been added to the game. I'm just like, I really want to play this more now.
I've still never played Red Dead Redemption 2.
It's one of my favorite games.
Red Dead Redemption 1 is probably, push comes to shove, my favorite game of all time.
Yeah, I think if you like Red Dead Redemption 1, you'll definitely like Red Dead Redemption 2, because even in the single player, there is just so much you can do and so many things happening.
A lot more immersive, is it?
I would say so, yeah, most definitely. And it's just like, I do prefer Arthur as a protagonist. I think he's probably Rockstar's best protagonist in my opinion, besides from Trevor.
Hopefully I should be getting a Well, once lockdown subsides a bit and people are allowed to travel down and things from a bit far, MS, our very own Swinners, has said that I can have his.
Your PS4.
Yeah, his PS4.
Oh, lovely. And
I hope it's all right if he changes his mind, but it'd be awesome to add that to another string to my bow. Speaking of adding another string to my bow, I've also downloaded Jackbox on stream.
Yeah, boy. You're one of us. One of us.
One of us. One of us. I didn't have a very great day a few days ago. I was just annoyed at everything and everyone, and as a kind of bit of retail therapy did the trick, shall we say. And I downloaded Jackbox 3 and Jackbox 5, and I think Jackbox 5 is the one that has a Madverse City on it.
Yeah.
Which, as you know, if you're a regular viewer of this podcast, I am quite good at, if I do say so myself.
I'm shite. I'm absolutely shite. I'm very uninspired when it comes into the game.
It's just nice to put my songwriting skills to the test, I guess. And Quiplash, obviously, on Jackbox 3, along with Murder Trivia Pie.
Yeah.
And cheers. I got it. I didn't get it off Steam. I got it off this Game Code site.
Right.
That you directed me to. So cheers for that.
No props. Fair. I think the most common places I know where to get keys, CD keys and G2A. Those are usually pretty good. If anybody ever wants to go on and find like graphics cards, which is something I need to do next. And all I need really is just a graphics card that helps support my VR headset, because it says like the recommended minimal recommended graphics card is at least a 1060. So I want to just get something above that, so it doesn't have to be like the latest, ray tracing or something like that card. It can just be like a 1060 or a 1070. So it's just trying to find a reasonably priced graphics card, because the bids on eBay are just, they're staggering.
Well, I mean, mate, like with Jackbox trying to stream it, it's quite a challenge because it's quite laggy and choppy,
Yeah,
and it's my Mac. It is obviously my MacBook. Trying to run Streamlabs and Jackbox on this one little MacBook is hemorrhaging it slightly.
I
You
think
know,
what would be good is if there is a program that allows you to optimize it so that you can work
optimize
with
what
it better.
Jackbox.
Yeah, so you can run with it better.
Uh, I could probably do a bit of digging into that, but essentially, it's in the back of my mind about getting a new PC just for streaming purposes because streaming, it's kind of been doing my head in a lot of it, which is why I haven't been streaming as much because it's just so much effort to boot Streamlabs up and make sure there's, my camera's in sync. But I have managed to optimize it more by using studio mode a lot more.
Yeah,
It's an underrated thing, with
I'm
Streamlabs is
using
that
it right
you
now.
use studio mode to kind of let your donations pop up and everything. I'm still struggle with my alerts on occasion,
Yeah.
but if you leave it open long enough, they'll kind of boot up a bit. So I think really the main thing is camera
Mm.
and audio quality.
Yeah.
I still need to um this is my new webcam, for example, that I'm broadcasting through, and it's the frame rate's pretty good compared to my regular inbuilt MacBook camera, but it's still not brilliant in terms of lighting.
Mm. Yeah, I think the only like at the moment the only thing that messes up with my lighting is the blazing sun today, but I can't complain really.
Oh, we're gonna have curtain gate part
I
two.
can't be asked for that. It's just people can just see my angelic
Yeah.
face instead.
But yeah, just to wrap up on ARK anyway, so you also encounter predators, obviously. And there was one occasion where I built an amazing raft and I was going along with a Sarco, which is like a big crocodile that Harrison was piloting. And we went through this little kind of what do you call it? Like a quarry type thing.
Mm.
And then all of a sudden we all got attacked by these raptors, and one of them was an alpha raptor, which is like the most deadly predator in the game. And so it's just my luck, really.
Oh
You
wow.
die a lot in ARK, so that's something you have to get used to, really.
So
And
I've
also, I
heard,
got
yeah.
attacked by a Carnotaur
A
thing. One of those things
carnivore.
with one of those T-Rex type things with a horn. Completely
Oh, I
unprovoked.
think so. Do you ever remember
On
that
the
Disney
session
movie
I
called
was just doing just
Dinosaurs?
now.
Wasn't
Sorry, what were you saying?
like an old Disney or
Yeah,
Pixar
Dinosaur. It
movie?
was one of the first films I watched in the cinema. It was like I want to say DreamWorks.
Yeah, I think it was DreamWorks, and
Mm.
it had Carnosaurs in that as the main villains,
It
didn't
did,
it?
yeah, as the main villain. Yep.
Yeah,
I
Blast from the
can't
Past.
remember if I actually saw that saw that film ever again after leaving the cinema.
Yeah, same.
It was one of the first films I ever watched in the cinema. So,
It faded so much into obscurity, I found.
and you also do things like Inaka, like building kind of water reservoirs, so it's proper involved.
Yeah,
And preserving is make sure berries don't get spoiled. You make narcotic arrows to drug animals and things,
yeah.
so that you can tame them. It's all very involved. But if you do fancy jumping into the Novena arc, if you wish, then do follow Novena on Twitter at Novena Band UK. They don't just do art; they do a bunch of stuff. They do games and like musician writing sessions, but they're all fantastic bunch of lads, and they helped me out a lot last year. So yeah, go and follow them on
All
Twitter.
right, I will.